Yeah, that's crazy. I love the Mozart. Talking shit, getting clicks. Let's go. Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm feeling like my sound is optimal this evening. I got my dog up in here, Django Unchained. Let the children sing. Love is sitting in the love seat, reclined. Feet's out. Hair looking mad domestic. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. Oh, she's saying hello to everybody. I didn't even see that. I'm gonna pet my dog, and then I'm gonna tell him, go sit down. Go to your chair. Go to your chair. This is gonna be the last show for you. Oh, there he is. Ramid, 89. Do the math. Today's his birthday. Naksu cow. Oh, now you wanna, yo, you know what? I've been sitting in here for like 3 hours and he hasn't made a peep. Now he wants to shake around and get it because he's lit. He feels the energy in here. Ain't that right, Django? Shake it out. Shake it out, Jangs. Shake it out. Happy birthday, Ramid. And many more blessings. Mainline's in the building. Love is in the building. Ramid's in the building. It is Thursday. It's Thursday. More applause for just getting to this day. It's crazy. It's crazy out here in these streets. It's insane. And I'm glad you're here with me to celebrate life on Talking Shit, Getting Clicks original podcast. I didn't really curse. I just said after this came back. That's how I did it. It's Hollywood, but it's not that crazy Harvey Weinstein Hollywood, and that's what we're going to be discussing this evening. Right, a little Harvey. MeTOO has been overturned. You should be mad. You should be mad. MeTOO has been overturned. Yo, not only that. Shut up, crowd, shut up. Not only that. Yo, there was an interview that Shannon Sharp did, and he's becoming prolific to me. He's becoming like the best new interviewer out there, and I'm not even saying it's like a skills thing or anything, although I think he's, in my personal opinion, I think he's good. What's the no Diddy for?
Because Frank said no Diddy tonight.
Oh, I got you. I mean, no to this guy. We're scratching the record to this. Yo, somebody said, who was that? Oh, I was watching what's her name? Jaguar Wright. Y'all already know. Philly's own. She's up in Texas now, I believe. And she said that they were saying that Diddy without his Beijing and looks like I gotta give you the full visuals. Yo, she said, without the Beijing, this MF looks like, oh, look at this. Look, I'm setting it up and not even setting it up right. The Beijing is the hair dye. They put the Beijing, you know, the Beijing. Looks like Mr. from Color Purple. Does Diddy look like, don't put that on Danny Glover. Diddy don't look like no damn Danny Glover. I love it. Hey, it's glad to have everybody in here. Frankie D is in the building. Let the children sing. Man, and guess what I already did? I already did the right thing. I already did the right damn thing tonight. Usually, I'm not on it. I'm really not. I'm not. I'm just podding over here. I am just podding, but I'll tell you what I did do. Yeah, that's right. One more time. These phone lines is open. 313-825-5557. I didn't even finish like telling you guys what's in store for you. So not only are we going to talk about a little MeTOO being overturned, not only are we going to talk about a little Amanda Seales, Shannon Sharp, specifically one thing that everybody's talking about that we can weigh in on. But we're going to talk about, oh my God, Love. Did you know that these MFs signed off on $95 billion aid packages to multiple countries? Why am I hitting the horn button? The horns are...
Emotionally and mentally, this is the lowest I've been so far.
I mean, I might be a little dramatic, but still.
You're literally acting like an op.
Yo,
as if I don't have enough of those
the
already,
United
bro.
States government is acting like ops. Like ops. Ops. Huh?
You get 3 million. You get 3 million. You get 20 million.
You get 20 million. There, yeah, everybody, but except for the people who needs it. But yo, don't get me started now. Get me started later. Our show tonight, simply titled, "You Should Be Mad." That's right. Let's go. That ain't Puff Daddy. That's Danny Glover. I'm Mo 3 times, by the way. Oh yeah, camera's over here. Let's get it. All right, scratch it again. I need to stop doing that. Love, you're making me nervous. You're making, because usually I'm in here, I'm in here by myself.
I'm watching you through here and I didn't live.
The pressure. Like you try to put your password in, somebody's like standing over you, like, oh, I can't do
I'm
this.
standing over you.
No, she's not standing over me. She's in the building. I don't know if it's you or Django, but I know that the energy in here is palpable. Damn it. It's palpable. I'm hitting buttons. I need to stop hitting buttons. I'm hitting buttons. If I want to hit a button, what's my favorite button, guys? Uncle Pat is in the house. Let the children sing. Look at you. Patrick. Uncle Pat. Not Spider Angelo. I know who you be. I'm hell diving. Get at me. Get at me. I'm doing hell dive missions now. I'm just coming out unscathed and come back to the drop ship. No green blood or no red blood on me. I'm just coming out back unscathed. Cape fully intact. That's another thing. But yo, we're gonna be talking about Joey B giving out this $9 billion. $9 billion. Oh no, not Flash. Flashback is in the house. We're missing somebody. You know who we're missing? We're missing Kato. We can't even start the show without Kato. Text her. Text her. Tell her to say hello. Tell her to say hello. Get in here, because the energy is palpable. But there was. I was like, oh, you eat something, you be like, it's missing something. It's not salt. It's not pepper. You're missing Kato. That's what you're missing. That is what you're missing. How's everybody doing before I get into this? Because, I like to go. I like to go and go and go. We're not going to... Yes, as always. Hey, by the way, if y'all didn't know, hold on, I'm going to throw it up. She hates it. She hates it. First of all, help me out. I'm going to need you guys' help. Who's ever watched this? We did me and Love did a little special show. We did a special show. And, hold on, I'll give it to like a good part. Like we did a show. And this is kind of what it was like. We didn't go on camera or anything, but we were sitting in here one day. I think it was like on a Monday or something like that. And we came in here and we were just talking, like having our normal conversation. I can't even talk. Our normal conversations. And I think this was crazy. And speaking of spider, we had a spider attack in this episode. And yeah, we had a spider attack in this episode, but it was good. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Go check it out. Throw a like. I'll share the link in the chat. Don't do it now, because we're on some otherness right now. But you do. When you get the time, I'm gonna throw this in the chat. Just so you can check it out. If not, it's on my page. It says Mo Love Love. We don't really have like a title. She doesn't really want to do this all the time, but if you tell her that she did good and her voice doesn't sound crazy like she thinks it does, we might see another Mo Love Love show. We just might. By the way, Ramid, did you know you share your date of birth with none other than the great actor extraordinaire, Al Pacino? Hoo-ah! Right? I did that. Hoo-ah! By the way, he was doing like an interview and he was talking about Heat, one of my favorite movies, and he was like, "Oh, the detective is supposed to be on cocaine," and I was like, "Yeah, duh. It's not a mystery. It's not a mystery." I want to know what you and Danny Trejo were doing in downtime between scenes, like Val Kilmer, like Pops. I don't know. It's a crazy scene. California, Michael Mann, great film. What else do we got now? I got Dune 2 for you, Flash. On Amazon Prime it dropped on Amazon Prime. We just went to the movies to see it. I think it was very lengthy, but it had its good parts in there. Visually great, sound was great, actors awesome, but Zendaya, is that her name? But when we went to go to see this movie as well, that's what I'm talking about. The yeah, put me in. Hit me up in the chat. I got a new name. Name. Don't worry. Hell Dives. Spreading democracy. All right. But anyway, it was really good. But as I'm talking about this, you know what just came to my mind? Zendaya is doing another movie. Evelyn, did you see there was previews for this movie when we went to go see, what was the last movie we went to go see? Civil War. Let the children sing for my memory. All right, so when we went to go see Civil War, Zendaya was in a new movie trailer, and this fucked my head up. Excuse my language. She's in a movie called Challengers. Love, say something in the background because I might pass the mic to you. If not, if they can hear you, but say something. Just like say test.
Test.
All right, if you guys can hear Love, let me know. If not, I'm gonna throw her a mic because I'm gonna ask her some questions about this because she's a lady and she's right here. All right, so check this out. I have noticed, and I don't know what type of movie this is, but as you can see from this picture right here, these are two men sitting on one bed with one girl, which means she is about to get the Delta Papa. The DPs. What we call them? You know what these are? Hold on. Do you guys know what this is? She's about to get Chinese finger cuffed, if you will, in this movie.
They could be gay though.
Huh?
They could be gay, the guys. They look kind of.
They look kind of.
Wearing.
I mean, that's whatever your preference is.
I mean, what I'm saying is that they could be her friends, and there could be a couple that is gay.
Yeah, but according to the trailer, if you watch the trailer when we were in the movies, if you actually watch the trailer, then you would have known that this is a movie where both of these men are both.
Oh, I see.
Not just
one. Never mind. In the picture right
boom, and then she kisses the other one, boom, and as you can see, same scene. Is this a good look for her?
No.
Is this what the young people are about? Because we watched, what's she in the HBO series with all the kids in high school? What's that called? Euphoria. Guys, Euphoria, when I first watched Euphoria, it was a couple of years ago. It has to be like 5 years now, right? When I first watched Euphoria, the first episode I had to turn off. Like me, well into my 30s, I had to turn it off. And then I was like, you know what? Look at it. And it is a great show. But you can tell that this show is written for these young kids who have grown up with nothing but with porn on their phones, with mad violent video games. Even though I don't want to blame everything on the media, but the way their lifestyle is, Like, you need something to shock people sometimes, and that brings people to shows. And it was definitely shocking, this Euphoria. But, like I said, great storytelling, very compelling. Wise to put it on HBO. That would never fly on ABC, CBS, ABC, Fox, none of those channels. It wouldn't. It just would not. You gotta have it on some pay-per-view type of ish. But I'm wondering, is this gonna be the new wave? But also, what I've noticed, and by the way, if you guys want to call in and talk about, I don't even know where I just got it up on Challengers right now. I don't even got my face up here. And that's probably the best thing to do. But listen, if you got my phone number is right there. Right there. I could be a weatherman. Look at my green screen work. Are you watching from your phone?
Yeah, but it's delayed.
Oh, but when you see it, when it gets to you, look at me pointing to this number. That's not there. It's magic. You can call in. We can talk about this because what I've noticed about love movies is that it always involves two guys fighting over one girl. Evelyn, would you agree with that?
Sometimes.
I knew it was going to be a sometimes. She's never going to fully agree with me, huh?
It's not always the case.
All right, let me present my case then. All right. The Hunger Games, right? Gail and Peeta after Katniss Everdeen, okay? All right, you want another one?
Yeah.
You want another one?
Well,
Hold on. What's the one with the vampire? Twilight. Team Jacob, Team whatever the hell his name was. Glowy skin. You know what I'm talking about? When the sun is turning to diamonds. Twilight. Like, these are major. You want me to hit you with another one? You want me to hit you with a big one that you can understand from your generation, from our generation, Evelyn. I'm letting the children sing even before I bring up this one. Do you know the Bane one? There's this story with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's on this boat, and then this lady from Canada sings this song that went like crazy on the charts. The boat crashed. It was an iceberg. The movie's called Titanic. Damn it, Leonardo DiCaprio and Billy Zane. After who? Kate Winslet. Isn't that Mare from Easttown? Same chick, right?
Yeah.
Do I need more? More? That is a typical Hollywood love story. It always involves two guys chasing one girl. And now it looks like both of these guys, and usually, and most of the times, you know, there's a guy, he already had the girl, you know, they already had the girl, and then the new guy comes in, and then he gets the girl, and then, you know what I mean? But it looks like they're getting at the same damn time. At the same time. Gotta use that for stimulation. Now, that's all I gotta say about that. And I was wondering, just if you guys would tell me, is this a good look? Is this a good look, period? And will this be on HBO Max 2 days after release? Is it going to be one of those? I'm not going to judge it because I haven't seen it, and you know I'm crazy about like always judging movies before you've seen it. But I did see a little bit of the trailer, and that looks like where it's going. It looks like there's actually a trailer of them having, you know, MFM type. I don't know. I'm getting the hub. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying, guys. Talking shit, getting clicks. I'm live. This is what happens when we're live. Yeah. This is what happens when we're live. And I'm back. Got the fish. They're pumping. They are pumping. Oh, yo, so it's just me because I'm slow. But somebody said something about Jay-Z
since the affair was ongoing.
Having a mistress, and her name was Kathy White.
This is hers.
Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm doing the show right here, right now.
They picked Kiki's spring cover for the whole show.
Oh, I knew that. Well, I told her, and she's like, it has. I was like, it's gotta have some flowers in there. And she's like, it does have flowers, and I was like, that's gonna be perfect. Congratulations, Kiki, got her picture, her work of art.
Yeah.
Nominated, and it's gonna be they're gonna put it on the actual design, right?
They did already. That was today.
Oh man, it was on the spring program for their. Damn it, Kiki is the best. It's the best. I got a caller in line. Caller's been waiting for damn near half a minute. Let me put the caller in. Talking shit, getting clicks. You on with Mo 3 times. Talking shit.
Talking shit. Let's talk some shit.
Frankie D, what's up? Hold on,
Headlines,
real quick.
man.
I gotta
Headlines.
stop. What's up, Kato? I gotta give it up for Kato. All right, go ahead, Frankie D.
Hey, man, what's up, Kato? I'm going to make sure he got that, you know, he going to interrupt my call. Shout out Kato. Okay. Kato. Now, I'll say headlines, man. Listen, man, I got a question for you. What do you think about what's going on with Trump with these 2 court cases that's coming up and the one that the Supreme Court is talking about when he wants to have absolute immunity where they can't decide if that's something that they can actually debate on? What do you think about that? And how would you think that would affect any further cases against Donald Trump?
Well, Frankie D, to be honest with you, I have not heard anything about the Supreme Court and him getting immunity or anything like that. I've been over-Trumped. So what I've been doing is trying to stay out of it. And the only news that's really filtered to me is that he's been in a courtroom falling asleep and farting it up. Really?
No. Okay, so I guess, you know, that's, well, then, well, you know, because these things are, because he got all these cases, he got these cases up in New York that's pending right now.
All right. So
you know, and it's going up more.
With the Stormy Daniels that's ongoing right now. They did the jury selection and everything like that. And then he's still facing the
and then you got the January 6th.
January 6th.
You got the January 6th commission where he's trying to claim absolute immunity for anything related to the insurrection that took place on January 6th.
Oh, man.
And so today the Supreme Court could not decide if, as a former president, if he would be if they could even debate on the fact if he was allowed absolute immunity. Now, this may not be important to a lot of people, but this is going on right now.
That makes sense that they would bring absolute immunity to the table and debate it. And I think it's fair, and I think they should, because he's been hanging basically his whole defense in this case on being, I'm the president, I can blah, 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 blah. But I got one question, though. Did, what's his name? Clarence Thomas recuse himself?
Well, he should have, because of the implications with his wife being involved with the insurrection.
Right.
And she was one of the main proprietors at that time that was a denier that Biden won the election.
Right. She was big on that.
So he should have recused himself long before this, because he's also caught up in scandals where he took what we would call gifts that he didn't report. So he's under scrutiny right now. So a lot of his judgment right now is under the microscope.
Yeah, and I know that's some things that they've been talking about they've been going through the gifts and doing a gifts list, and he's been making excuses for that. But I totally agree. The amount of involvement that Jenny Thomas had in January 6th, he should recuse himself. Honestly, he should just, like, it's time for him to retire. It's time for him to go.
Well, the court favors the conservatives right now, and it would have to be something far more extreme for conservatives to even consider him to recuse himself or, you know, resign from that, because of what we're dealing with right now with what Trump is going through, you know?
Yeah, he's not going to go nowhere. They're going to fight, and they're going to...
Exactly.
They're going to get their little technicalities here and there, because the system is our judicial system is crazy, because we're going to be talking about Harvey Weinstein coming up. But definitely, I think she should recuse himself. He's and then in Atlanta, catch me up to speed on with the Fannie Willis. They just said get rid of the guy. They didn't get rid of her or anything like that. They just said get rid of Nathan Wade. That's the last news I got.
Exactly.
That's a lot of cases. So Georgia, the voting case.
They
in
can't get rid of
Georgia.
Fanny. That black girl ain't playing. They can't get rid of her. Maurice.
No, you can't get rid of Fanny.
Maurice. That's
Fanny.
right. And getting rid of that black chick. She on it.
Get rid of Fanny. Get rid of
Trump
Jenny.
going to jail. Trump going to jail.
Oh, he's. Oh my goodness! You're from your words, from your mouth to God's ears. He's going to jail. But
I hope.
man,
I'm telling you.
but if he doesn't go to jail and
I'm telling
all of this goes away, I would not be surprised. We are in new times
I
here.
would be
We are in
surprised.
new
Right.
territory.
We can't.
I mean,
Yeah, we won't be surprised.
it is
That's
April
America.
25th.
Who
It's April 25th. I should
who is
be.
black in America would be surprised if it doesn't turn out the way it should based on the laws that they have. Black people have been seeing the laws work against us forever since we've been in America.
Right.
So if he gets away with anything that the average person would be in jail for, especially if you black, come on, man, you so you fools. We know the game.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, but there we go. You gotta hope on the judicial system. You gotta hope for them to do the right thing.
Exactly.
Damn, what
Well,
else?
talk to your young black people.
Yeah,
Oh,
talk
yeah.
to the young black people about vote.
Oh, definitely. You know, I'm not even gonna lie.
Love
I am a born again voter because I
The
was
one-
always
different
no,
from
it
what
doesn't
happened.
matter and it doesn't matter. But man, you better get out there and cast a ballot. And speaking of,
I take credit for that.
when have you ever in your lifetime? She said she got me to vote. Yeah, mail-in ballots. I can do mail-in ballots for the rest of my life, for real. But
I went in person. You went in
when was the last time, the last election cycle, the last presidential election that it's April of 2024 and we're not talking about election? We don't got no debates going. Trump's not out campaigning. Biden's not out campaigning. Like there is nothing. It's
Yes, he
whack.
is.
This is but I mean,
Yeah,
doing,
yeah. Trump,
Like-
Biden is out there campaigning because he's taking advantage of the fact that Trump can't, and he's in court. And that's the whole
This
problem
is
that Trump is complaining about is that he should be out campaigning, but he's caught up in the court
And
system
that's gonna be
with these
huge.
bogus, what he call witch hunt
which
type of Democrat Biden Department of Justice cases against him that he claims is all,
Yep.
because they don't like him.
American people are being
Biden is
scammed.
taking advantage of it because he is out there campaigning.
Do you think this would be
All
a
we
great
see is,
situation for
but
a
he's been in
third-party
Pennsylvania,
candidate?
he's been in Pennsylvania and Philly.
Do you think we could get a third party candidate? An independent to come out of nowhere in this day and time? Like, is there anybody in America, politics, anybody that Americans agree has a brain? Is there one person that could step into this race and just take it over? Trying to think.
Yeah, it's called the Antichrist.
Damn it, we already had Barack Obama.
Listen. I got
I'm just playing. Maybe Michelle Obama. They wouldn't, because they call her. She's a man. Did I ever talk about that? About black women being called men? Michelle Obama, Megan Thee Stallion, and Serena Williams. Wow. That's a whole nother conversation.
We call them Amazons. We don't call them men. We just call them Amazons.
They were like, they call Megan Thee Stallion a stallion. That's a he horse. I was like, yo, bro, you don't understand. If you're Italian, she's a stallion.
No.
You know what I mean? And if you're from down south, they call them a
Yeah,
stallion.
well, the controversy between her name is the fact that she named herself after a male horse.
Yeah.
So that's the controversy because it's like, okay, so what are you, a woman or a man? You call yourself a stallion, but you got dick wings in or something like that big ass? Because horses got asses. That's why I call them asses.
Got asses. I gotta look at this chat. Horses do got asses. Look at the chat. She's over there looking at her nails right now. We got a business going, love.
Just text me because she wants the food.
Oh. Well, that's important right now.
She wants me to feed her.
Yo,
I'm not
speaking of, Megan Thee Stallion had her photographer said that she was
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, Frank. You know what? I got your buddy coming in. This is about to get crazy.
All right.
Talking shit, getting clicks. Who's
Hey.
on with us right now?
This is flashback. I just wanted to.
Go ahead.
It's bad.
I just wanted to take it back. That's why they call me flashback. I want to take it back to what you were saying about Trump. I said that the way it's going to end out either way for Trump, and I just want to make this statement because I put it in the chat for Johnny. I just wanted to say, if Trump don't go to jail, and if he do go to jail, Biden going to play Christian in the name of the game, just like they did back with Nixon. He's going to have to pardon him. That's all.
Oh no,
I'm out of here.
No, I like it, but you stay on flashback. I say no. There's gonna be a backlash if he does that, comparable to when Jill Biden tried to invite Iowa to the LSU's White House celebration. That's what I would think. But I can see it happening at the same time. All right, you guys, call in 825-557. There's an area code on there, 313. I had to mute somebody. Frankie D, you still with us? Flashback still with us. Flashback, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
This is not a banger.
This is not a banger.
And I know
Flashback.
bangers. I know bangers. Nah, my guy.
All right, so there was an interview on oh my goodness, I love it. You know what? I got a buddy that texted me earlier today. He watches the show, but he doesn't comment or call in. Right? And he said, he calls me Elias the Bias, by the way. And he says, wear the show on your boy, or wait, you still chatting about the non-president. Well, let me show you what he's talking about here. This is...
Biden went ahead and pulled a Ron Burgundy and read the word pause right off a teleprompter when he was supposed to just take a beat to allow the crowd to chant 4 more years. Imagine what we can do next. 4 more years.
Yeah, that's what he sent me. Biden read the teleprompter all the way to where it said pause, because he's supposed to be getting a 4 more years chant. He's supposed to pause, but he kept reading it.
Somebody sent me something on my phone and said that
You know what I mean? And that was cool. That was cool, but he sent it. He sent it to me from KFC Barstool. Oh my God, I don't know. I think, do I follow them? Anyway, that was his whole thing. That was his whole thing. I guess so. I showed you guys, but buddies, you're always welcome to call in, and you can talk pro-Trump if you want. You can talk anti-Trump if you want. No one likes us. We don't care. You know what I mean? That's basically what it is. We got a call-in line for that. I try to hear everybody's point of view. You can talk your shit too. We don't have to agree on the shit you're talking. We don't. But if you got the mounds, by all means, 313-825-5557. If you get too heated in the chat, I will call you up. You're going to have to call her. You know what I mean? Because I got a moderator. She don't be moderating. She be cooking, looking at her nails, messing with the dog, and doing everything else. But I digress. I'm not hitting that button again. There we go. Techno. You should be mad. Wyclef should be president of Haiti. As long as he's not treasurer. Where's the money? Yo, Mona Lisa, can I get a date on Friday? I stole all this money from Haiti. I don't know. I'm making it. I can't. I'm not good. I'm not good right now with that. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Wait, Clef, where'd it go? Where's the money, Clef? Or Praz? Wasn't Praz gonna be a Praz was trying to get into Haiti too. They were all over there. Oh, poor Lauryn Hill. She's the not, you know, she black girl. Lauryn Hill is such a, I don't know, it's kind of, I don't want to ever talk ill of her because she gave us one banger. That's all you need. It's just one banger, and then you could just live and show up looking like Johnny Depp. Lauryn Hill be looking like Johnny Depp. I said it. She dresses like Johnny Depp. Back to that movie. We talk about Flash. Flash, I'm about to unmute you right now. Flash,
Am I still in the house?
You're still in the house. I just had to unmute you. You're on the phone.
Okay.
You're that guy. I love you. I love you.
Right. No, well, like I said, that's why I'm flashback. I got to take you back to the movie.
Yeah.
But the thing that I've seen crazy lately, this is on cable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a show called Mary and George. About a gay king. Mary and George.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about a gay king.
Mm-hmm.
And aristocrats or whatever you call it.
Yes.
And this lady wanted to stay wealthy and be in the family. So she's trying to get her son to be with the king.
Right.
And I won't get it, but the craziest part when you talk about
you better not get into a flashback.
Yeah. Nah, that sexuality stuff.
Uh-huh.
I had the turning. You know, I guess women can watch gay men like men watch gay women when it comes to porn. I don't know. But anyway, this is sick.
There's no strategy. There is no thought.
Somebody sent me something on my phone and it said that I hog-tied her. I don't know how to hog-tie people.
And with
what would I hog-tie?
Yeah, I'm listening. I had to go to. I know where you're going.
No,
I know what we're doing here. I know what we're doing here.
But I mean, it was so crazy. They actually had a male orgy. But anyway, I said like this when you talk about the young girl and Love said they might be gay, and that's why, like you said, talking shit. That's why I said they might be gay, and that these times maybe she's trying to make it straight. I don't know.
Oh,
but
my goodness.
But the other thing I want to hit, other thing last. So,
mm-hmm.
the last thing I want to hit on with Frankie D. Going back to politics is the movie Civil Rights.
Civil Rights.
Yeah, that's another one. Only thing I say about that's a movie like Sixth Sense. You can't tell the movie.
Oh.
I like it was illustrated because it's really not.
Oh, he almost got me. And I'm.
So listen.
He almost got me. Let me tell you why I just muted Flashback. You guys might think I'm being mean, but me and Flashback had a show, and this is why you should be mad. Me and Flashback had I had an arrangement with him to tell him, don't you ever try to get me to go see it. I'm never gonna watch any of those movies you suggest. Because he's done
emotionally and mentally,
like,
this
honestly,
is the lowest I've been so far.
Let the drum settle. He has done me so dirty with movies over my lifetime that, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In an hour session, I've dedicated at least like 3 entire sessions to just movies that my dad has said, hey, go check this out, or taking me to see. Like, I did a whole 1.5-hour session with the therapist because back in the day, my pops took me to see you know what I mean? The Crying Game. The effing Crying Game. And if you want to know why there's so much pain and hurt and agony in my voice right now, you go ahead and Google The Crying Game. Say, Crying Game, type it like, Crying Game synopsis. You put that in there. Talking about it's a war movie. That movie was so damn progressive. So damn progressive. I digress. Flash, you still
That's
there?
because me and Frankie. Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
No, I just want to respond. I just want to respond on that. I take the responsibility for that one as the parent, but you blame Uncle Frank.
Oh
because
man.
Uncle Frank, me and him are movie buffs, so we always gag at each other on movies. And
You're doing what to each other? No, Diddy. Pause. Come on, Dad.
Yep.
Come on, Daddy.
Yeah, I wish. I don't know if he's still watching. I wish he'd call back in, and then I could settle this for a day. You already know how he is when we was at the studio.
Yeah.
You know, so he loved playing gags on people.
Yo, remember that time
But
we farted?
yeah, I take responsibility for it. But I was shocked on that movie.
That's crazy. 313-825-5557. Flash says go see it. You don't go see it. You don't do it. Yeah. You just don't do it. Yes, but you know what though?
What's up, people? Here we are back in the talking shit, getting clicks.
Right?
First of all,
I don't know. All right, so I don't even know what this is. I don't know what that is. So there's been some new updates with Jenny, Maya, and Jeezy. There has definitely been some updates with Jenny, Maya, and Jeezy. If you don't know, rapper Young Jeezy was dating Jeannie Mae. She was like on A View or a talk show or something like that. I don't know, one of those shows. I be working, so I don't get to watch these. But every now and then you go to the dentist's office and see her on there. And Young Jeezy was married to Jenny Mae, right? And then Young Jeezy divorced her. Now, I am from an era where I got an uncle named Kevin Samuels. Uncle Kevin Samuels said that statistically, women divorce men at a 70% to 30% rate. So for a man to file for divorce,
I like what you're doing, but I don't like what you're doing.
I know. But so for a man to do that would be very odd, and that we would have to look very carefully into the female specimen in that relationship. However, there's new news saying that Jenny Mae said that he pushed her down some steps. And the thing is that it's not her saying it, it's an actual witness. You might not see this fine print there, but on Reddit they threw out some things, and basically Jeezy and Jenny Mae were yelling at each other in a hotel room, and there is a witness that witnessed them arguing, and later witnessed Jeezy pushing Jenny Mae down some steps. Unfortunate. Keep your hands off the lady, folks. Keep your hands off. I won't discuss because I'm a married man. I mean, the words and the arguments that I've had with Ev Love Love, I tell you.
This is not a banger. This is not a banger. And I know.
Be having like Quentin Tarantino's without all the N-words. It's kind of respectful that way. But yeah, guys, you go see him, Barry and George. You go see Mary and George when you want to. I was watching Amanda Seales and Club Shay Shay. And I'm going to go to Shannon Sharp's page. This is his page right here. And he has his latest videos that he puts out. So usually when Shannon Sharp does an interview, let me bring it up. Let me do it for you. When Shannon Sharp does an interview, he usually does. It's not unusual for him to do a 3 or 4 hour interview. 3 hours is like the standard here. And he did a 3-hour interview with none other than multi-talented Amanda Seales. Child star from the 90s. If you were looking at Nickelodeon like me, my brother and me was one of those shows. That we watched growing up on Nickelodeon. Look, that's Goo right there. That's Goo right. We used to remember, I forget him, but he was in there too. It was a great show. I didn't realize that they only did 1 season of that show. She explained that they did they ran that for 1 season like 7 years in a row, which was amazing to me, but it was a great show, kid show growing up. And from there, she went on and did other things, hosted radio shows. She even replaced one of the members in Floetry and went on tour for a bit. She talks about she's done those View type talk shows and podcasts, and that's usually where she is right now. She was in Issa Rae's Insecure. You might have known her. She was the AKA chick that was in there, and she has recently been basically vilified on the internet. Specifically, as a black woman, she's been eviscerated by 3 black publications that actually cater to black women. One, The Griot, one, Essence, and what was the other one? What's the other one? I can't remember the other one. But, I mean, Griot and Essence are basically saying that nobody likes, turn the heat off, nobody likes Amanda Seales. So she took it to Club Shay Shay. And you already know, Shannon Sharp 2024, he really can't miss. He's had all the greats on there, people that are very interesting, and basically everybody's been from the culture. I can't wait till Shannon Sharp interviews a white person. Honestly. Oh no, he did. He got Johnny Manziel, right? He got one. I'm pretty sure there's others in there. But usually it's black stars, athletes, usually comedians and everything. But on this show, we got something different. We got Amanda Seales, and her business is black people. That's her business. Black people. She says in an interview that she actually took black studies. It was very interesting to her, as I took black studies, and I thought it was there was so much stuff that I didn't even get to learn until I was in 9th grade. And I realized that stuff that I got to learn in 9th grade, a lot of people didn't even get to learn until the internet came out, honestly. And they were like, oh, let me Google this, or they called it real or something. A lot of these things that I've known is just coming out in these days, 2024. I digress. But anyway, Amanda Seales to me is somebody that's always, out front, speaking up for what I call the culture. And when we call culture, we're not talking about the Migos culture too or whatever. All right.
Do you feel now that everybody just nitpicks? They just find like, okay, Amanda got on red today.
Oh, there you go. The Root. That was the 3rd publication. But from Club Shay Shay, this is some things.
Why she wearing red?
What you think?
I mean,
don't it sound like that?
Is that how you feel?
Absolutely. They are always looking for something. Even these hack writers who were probably paid by APAC, they wrote articles based on tweets. They wrote articles based on not only my tweets, but on other people's tweets. Like, this random person said Amanda needs to change her energy. Black Enterprise wrote an entire article that said Amanda Seales complains that she's not invited into black spaces. Mind you, these are all spaces that I have worked in. And the follow-up line was, but the internet, so they anthropomorphized the entire internet.
That's what we're dealing with. I gotta take these autos down. Yo, that's what we're dealing with. This is Amanda Seales, and this is how you getting her. She's speaking her truth, the truth as she sees it, and she's unapologetic for it. There is a bit of the interview that I watched that I was like, oh, wow, this is kind of little contentious here. And it's kind of weird for Unc. He did not put it as a highlight on his page. That's why I went to his page. However, let me bring up the portion of the interview that I'm going to talk about. That basically, when I looked it up, everybody we had the same mind on this, and there was parts of the interview that sparked some backlash. Oh, you know what? They had it here, and let me tell you what. This is Club Shay Shay has made it to, like, they're talking about this on Fox networks. Check it out.
DC Sports in-game host Mike Kroger. Let's go. I remember the one and only Harry May.
We're ready. We're ready.
So are y'all really this close?
Yeah,
Love each other. I'll let you take it away, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
This is real.
Capitals, go Caps.
So it's easy.
Celebrity dish hasn't garnered the same and this.
And so I was called 12, and there in the situation at Disney, I was there as the only black girl.
Okay.
And there was a whole crew. It's like 12 of us. And so I was called an N-word right there while I was there. And I was also bullied while I was there because I was told that you're only here because you're black. You can't really dance. You're just here because you're black, so don't get any ideas. So that's what I'm being told by the other children. Does that suffice as racist to you, or would you want to call it something else? Is that just kids being mean?
The kids.
Okay, her
All right, you see it? And that's basically it.
Her face says it all.
No. I cannot give you this clip. I gotta give you the real spill. Like, honestly. Because that is a great representation of the clip.
Of my voice and I made it. Gloria, I want you to notice this when I recount stories. Not a sociopath. It's just been a very, shout out to Melissa Salamoni. Her grandmother, they were not about a white woman who was speaking about black people, indigenous people in a country where those same indigenous people have had all of their land taken from them by former criminals that were sent there from England. And she is calling them Stone Age people. And I, as a black girl, the only black girl in her class, am correcting her.
All right. So, like, this is really, really, really the crux of this situation. Is something that I don't know as a black person. I know I've been through this. I've had these feelings. I don't know about you, but let me know. We got a call-in line, or if you've experienced this or seen this, let me know. What Amanda Seales is saying is that when she was a little kid, she was with it. She was smart. She's smart, talented. She had a bit more open upbringing where she was able to express herself, and she was proud and dignified in her upbringing. That's how she was raised. So when she went to school and she saw that a teacher was saying that Aborigines are people from the Stone Age, she would correct her. Now, she did this in the scope of being the only black girl in her Floridian class. Oh my God, I know I got a button.
Meanwhile, in Florida.
There we go. So, as she said, growing up as the only black girl in her class in the 90s, her teacher saying this miffed her off. And what she did was she corrected her. She's like, how can these be Stone Age people when these people are still living today? And her teacher was kind of like befuckled or whatever and tried to like gloss over it and say, she could have just said, like, listen, I misspoke. I meant these people have been here since the Stone Age and they're still here unchanged, for more or less unchanged in their culture. But she didn't say that. What she did was she ended up calling Amanda Seales' mother as well as some other teachers in to have a conference. Now, when these teachers got there, this being one white teacher and there's being actually, for Amanda Seales' luck and grace in this situation, 3 other black educators and administrators in that system. So when the teacher said, when they brought her and her mother into the conference, they were like, all right, so what's the problem? Is she acting up in school? And the teacher's like, no, Amanda's great. She sticks up for people. She's not like talking a lot in class or anything like that. Oh, so what's up with her grades? No, Amanda's grades are good. Like she got her art entered into this this contest and won, and she does great in school. And they were like, all right, so what's the problem? Well, the problem is Amanda corrects me. So as Amanda says, she's there looking at this, and she's looking around, and she's looking at this white teacher saying that, oh, Amanda corrects me. And she's looking at these other 3 administrators like, oh my God, you got us here for this bullshit. Like, we got pulled out of class because she's doing this. She's not acting out. She's got good grades. She's a good student. But because she corrects you when you're teaching curriculum wrong, like, we have this problem. And then Shannon Sharp tries to advocate for the devil. That's what Shannon Sharp tries to do. He advocates for the devil, understandably, because he has a show and he knows a lot of people, and some people might take, anytime you talk about race or politics or religion, even your best of friends can sometimes, you know, not be good friends. Might catch feelings, might fuck up a friendship, but it is what it is.
Meanwhile, in Florida,
this is what was going on with Amanda Seales, and her mother was about it. Her mother knew what type of child she had, and Amanda Seales was confident in her own self and abilities and was ready for these challenges. And she had support from her mother with this. So when Shannon Sharp is trying to advocate for the devil, saying, hey, maybe it's not a race thing. Maybe it's just a thing where, listen, adults don't want you coming up to them correcting them. It's like maybe an ego thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a black or white thing. That's when Amanda Seales gives us the look, like she looks at the camera and kind of does the I can't believe this. Right? So Amanda Seales does say that out of this 3-hour video that a large chunk was cut out of the video. However, I would love to see the outtakes of it. But it seems like throughout the interview, it got back on track to the point where, you know, they hugged it out. But both butts were sticking out when they did it, you know, kind of just give that, we'll touch, I don't know, clavicles or something like that. And then they went back. But honestly, to me, I don't know why there's a backlash from Shannon Sharp. I think it's just a great interview. I think Amanda Seales was a great interview because she's so candid. She's so raw, and oh man, I'm not going to blow it because she gets real, and she really speaks her mind, and she's on a pod, so she gets to, you know, voice her opinions and use her profanity and bring her points home. And Shannon has always, to me, I think has been a great interviewer. Him pushing back a little bit on her medical ratings that she got, mental medical ratings, and pushing back on this racism. I think it was actually made for a great episode. I don't see anything else wrong with it. But there's a backlash because he questioned her experience in life. And a lot of people will claim that, hey, this happened to me. These people were being racist, and it's easy to gloss over that they're not. And I get that's a tightrope you walk in this world. I know me specifically. I can definitely relate because I had teachers. I remember in high school I had to tell a teacher, and it wasn't as contentious as Amanda Seales' teacher in Florida. Like, I was in New Jersey, but I had to let a teacher know that, yo, black people fought in the Revolutionary War, lady. This is what you're teaching, that we didn't fight into any war until Civil War. And we're like, we've been in every single conflict. There has been a black person, you know, fighting for his patriotism. I mean, I had to tell her that. And I broke it down. And then I bought her the book, and I was telling her, like, yo, look at this. And this is proof. And this is proof. And then she came back to me, and she was like, Maurice, and she was like kind of shook, like I scared her or something, like I'm gonna sue her or something. Like, lady, you didn't know. Like, you didn't know. You didn't know. I didn't think she was being racist or anything. She wasn't educated. But you know the cool thing about it? She didn't get no ego. She didn't have no conference with my parents talking about something I correct her or something like that. I wasn't disrespectful with the correction. Amanda Seales wasn't disrespectful with the corrections the way she tells it. And the lady just came up to me and said, from her heart, yo, Maurice, I am so sorry. I did not know that. Thanks for letting me know. I will make sure going forward when we talk about this stuff, I will make it a point to let everybody know that people have been involved in the Patriot Acts and military service of the United States since its motherfucking inception. I don't know why. I'd rather do the techno. And I'd rather just hit a air horn right now because I think that's a pretty damn good way for a teacher to handle it. Like, we handle it like some mature people. Call in line 313-825-5557 if you've ever experienced anything like that. If you've ever had this experience and then somebody tried to say, hey, yo, you didn't have that experience. No, that didn't happen, or try to advocate for yourself. Well, I can understand the frustration, indeed. But don't take it out on Uncle Shannon because, I mean, I don't think that he's not coming from a place of let me protect white supremacy. I don't believe he's coming from that place, and that's why I don't think it's a big deal. But I think the interview was a big deal, and I think you should watch it. And I am Flashback's son, but I'm not Flashback. So when I put you onto something, yo, you can trust me right now. You can trust me right now. Flashback can put you on the food, he can put you on the music, he can put you on to a lot of things, some wise type of things. But if he tries to tell you go see a movie, do not trust it. Don't trust it. Do not.
What's up, people? Here we are back in the talking shit, getting clicks.
Thanks, Pops. You know it. Back to it. All right. So that's what went on with Amanda Seales and Shannon Sharp. I didn't tell you all about I could go way, way more into the things that she said, but please check it out for yourself. It was a great interview. Next up, I wanted to talk about, we can go straight into MeTOO, Harvey. Or you guys want to talk about this 95 Billy? Which way you want to go with it? Because I'm turning up no matter what. I'm turning up no matter what. I just had to get the Shannon Sharp interview out of the way. Nobody cares. Is this working? Is this chat working? The funniest thing is the white kids telling the black kid she can't. I said the same thing. I said the same things, Pops. But I kept it inside because saying stuff like that a black kid dances better than white kids because they're white, is actually racist. That's racist. Gotta be better than the betters. Oh. Ev Love Love wants Harvey. I think the reason why Ev Love Love started the show with me in here is because we had a little Harvey back and forth. And I was doing a Shannon Sharp. I was advocating, but I was doing specifically with the judicial system, not Harvey Weinstein as a man, because I think he's a piece of shit. I do personally. I've always had a problem, and this is me. I'm coming from him. Ev told me, don't you say that on the air. We need another stimmy. Tell me about it. But, I should pin that. Ev Love Love, if you know how to pin, you're the moderator. If you know how to pin chats, pin that up there. We need another stimmy. But let me tell you, she said, you don't say this on your podcast. And I said, yo, I'm going to say it, fuck it. Listen, I don't think that if somebody raped you, excuse me, I know I'm sorry, somebody, if somebody took your sex from you and stole your romance from you, and you come back 20 years later, honestly, I'm not going to have sympathy for it. I'm not having any sympathy for it. Now, if Harvey Weinstein got you at the hotel and then banged you out and just violated you and was like, put you on the hot water with some vinegar in there, put you in the tub and then sent you away in the Uber, and you were scared for your life, and then you reported the next day, of course, he put you in the shower so you can't rape kid it up. Yo, but you come out and say like this, if you do it a day, 3 days, a week, if you do it a month later, if you do it a year later, I'm cool. But after a certain amount of time, if you didn't report that rape, I'm not going to say that I don't believe you, because I believe these women. I believe that Harvey did some fucked up foul shit to them. Not all of them, because I think there's some opportunists in there. But yo, honestly, I think legally, it's very hard to prove that it happened. And I don't think that somebody should be going to jail for half their life over something that cannot be factually, concretely proved. That's all. That's all I was saying.
There's no strategy.
And I think because the subject was of, you know, someone's romance getting stolen, that it kind of got a little heated there. But that's just how I feel about that. And you don't have to feel like that, obviously. I feel like a dick right now because that's why I'm doing all these disclaimers. But straight up, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Harvey got MeTOO overturned. Damn it, he did. Yo, and I'm going to tell you what happened. So, if you guys know, the New York Court of Appeals on Thursday, which is today, overturned the sex crimes conviction against Harvey Weinstein. Why do I have this in my background when I can have Harvey back there? Harvey. Where's Harvey Weinstein? You want to know how I got these scars? All right. So they overturned his sex crimes conviction. And we all know that Harvey Weinstein is a powerful Hollywood producer that, oh man, amazing films. Kill Bills, all those Tarantino films, the films that I love, Harvey Weinstein, producer on there. Anyway, the court voted and overturned this with a 4-3 vote. 4-3 vote. Very close. And they ruled the testimony of prior bad acts. Now listen to this, because this makes no sense to me. The wording makes no sense. Prior bad acts, witnesses should not have been allowed because it was unnecessary to establish defendant's intent and served only to establish defendant's propensity to commit the crimes that are charged. Amazing. Amazing. What is the key word here? What is it? Would it be propensity? Is it? I mean, wasn't... All right. Prior bad acts... Witnesses. All right, so witnesses of prior bad acts should not have been allowed. Okay. So that's what the judge saying. If you said that you were a witness of a bad act, like there were acts of, they were watching Harvey like beat himself up into a potted plant and stuff like that. Like, if they saw him do any of that stuff, it shouldn't be allowed because it was unnecessary to establish the defendant's intent. I don't understand. If I see a guy that's acting like a sexual outsider, I don't know, I'm coming up with words. If I see a guy that's like sexually risky, doing sexually risky stuff, even though he isn't assaulting me with his sexuality, then I'm not allowed to say that, hey, this dude was doing weird, crazy stuff, so it shouldn't be outlandish that he did these weird, crazy things that he's being charged of. That's how I'm taking it. If it's different, please let me know. But we say that because it was unnecessary to establish the defendant's intent and served only to establish the defendant's propensity to commit the crime charged. Propensity meaning inclination. So not the intent, but the inclination to those crimes charged. Well, I guess I can understand that. So anyway, Harvey Weinstein, he's 72 years old, and he was convicted in 2020 of first-degree criminal sexual act and third-degree rape. And he was sentenced to 23 years in prison. 23 years in prison. And he has maintained his innocence and denied any non-consensual sexual activity. Now, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office said it plans to retry the case. Damn it, it plans it. Right? And the district attorney said, we will do everything in our power to retry this case and remain steadfast in our commitment to the survivors of this assault. And that was from Emily Tuttle, who's the deputy director of communications and a senior advisor to that office. Now, when the deliberations had begun, it's about to get crazy. When the deliberations had begun back in October of 2017, the verdict on all three charges, all pertaining to Jane Doe number 1, largely relied on Weinstein's genitalia. I threw a little Italian on that. His genitals, right? And Weinstein at the time faced 7 charges in total. Seems kind of like the Michael Jackson when they were trying to describe his penis and everything like that. I mean, Dave Chappelle made a joke out of it. But once again, the deliberations that began back in October 2017 and the verdict of those 3 charges all came from one Jane Doe, relied largely not on DNA evidence, not on video evidence, not on a confession. It relied on Weinstein's genitalia. You guys understand where I'm going with this? Maybe not. But let me tell you about Jane Doe. Jane Doe number 1 is a European actor and model, and she accused Weinstein of raping her and assault in a sexual nature. She alleged the incident occurred in 2013 at Mr. C. Beverly Hills Hotel. I gotta see what this hotel looks like. Propensity. Ooh, images. I need a vacation. Yeah. Mr. C's Beverly Hotel. That one. Mr. C's. All right. And she had been staying there when she attended the LA Italia Film Festival as a VIP guest. And if you ever heard of this film festival, it is a very swanky festival where all the goods come out. We see a little Richard Dreyfuss there being Dreyfussy. He said some F stuff this year. Tarantino's there, you know, the crew. The crew is there. All right. So the defense said that the assault never happened. That's what the defense says. It said never ever happened. And she claiming that she was never in Mr. C's hotel with Weinstein on the night of the alleged incident. Now, the biggest focus of the prosecution's final rebuttal was Jane Doe number 1, whose allegations carried the most charges. And a key element of the prosecution's argument against Weinstein was that Jane Doe wouldn't have been able to describe Weinstein's genitalia had she not been sexually assaulted by him. Their main entire offense against Weinstein with Jane Doe number 1, the Jane Doe which made the most charges, which got him these 23 years in jail. The prosecution said that Jane Doe wouldn't be able to describe Weinstein's cock and balls if she had not been assaulted by him. Are we listening to this? Do you understand where I'm coming from with my argument with Love Now? Like, oh, wow, you know what his cock and balls look like, so now he should go to jail for 23 years. Is that kind of crazy? Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. Let me know. 313-825-5557. I just think that you need a little bit more evidence before you send a man to jail for that amount of time. So, the defense had said that the assault never happened. And they claimed she was never in a hotel with Weinstein that night of the alleged incident. And the biggest focus of the prosecution's final rebuttal. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Harvey Weinstein's genitalia. Boom. Yeah, this is the pictures that they were literally passing around. Pictures of this man, right? So during her testimony, Jane Doe won, and let me tell you what. First of all, before I even threw these pictures up here, I would have said, please put the kids to bed. If you have somebody that thinks that they're old enough to be watching this or listening to this, I would say don't. I would say this is literally a 21 year and older. Like unless you've had a drink and can do some and gambled and got into some life stuff a little bit, you should 18 and 18, no. 19, no. 20, no. 21, yes. 21 and over right now. I don't care if I lose a couple of viewers. Come back in a little bit because it's about to get graphic. It is about to get graphic.
Y'all don't gotta clap at everything.
You know what I mean? It's about to get graphic. And I'll give you some time. Let me sip my waters. Matter of fact, let me go to the techno. When I come back from this little water break, you should be mad. Because it's about to get graphic. Let's go. All right. So, once again, the biggest, the main focus of the prosecution's final rebuttal was Jane Doe number 1. And those allegations carried the most charges. And a key element of the prosecution's argument was that Jane Doe number 1 wouldn't have been able to describe Weinstein's genitalia had she not been assaulted by him in a romantic, non-romantic way. Now, during her testimony, Jane Doe number 1 spoke at length about Weinstein's testicles. That's right. Now, on the stand, she tearfully told the jury that Weinstein had demanded and I was going to do this in a girl's voice and like a clown. I was going to act it out, but no, I'm not even going to do that. What I'm going to do is mute this mic and then sip a little bit more water. All right. On the stand, she tearfully told the jury that Weinstein... No, I got to say it better. Lick my lips. She tearfully told the jury that Weinstein had demanded she suck his balls or forced her to perform oral sex on him. Rehashing the graphic details, she said, once again, rehashing the graphic details, hint, hint, she said, he forced me to do what he asked. I was crying, choking. But during cross-examination, one of Weinstein's attorneys, Alan Jackson, asked Jane Doe number 1 how Weinstein's balls were in your mouth if he did not have any testicles. Weatherman, where, once again, this is nuts. Literally. Pun not intended. Literally not intended. And then usually I intend my puns. But Alan Jackson, the defense attorney, asked Jane Doe number 1, how were the balls in your mouth if he doesn't have testicles? Now, the reason that you changed your story is because you realized at some point that Mr. Weinstein does not have testicles in his scrotum. Jackson said to Jane Doe number 1 during her 3-day testimony. 3 days testimony of all of that craziness, and she gets called out because Harvey Weinstein ain't got no balls, so you can't put ballless balls in your mouth and say you suck balls that don't exist. How you suck balls that don't exist? Anyway, she disagreed and said she never changed her story. We're going to be fair here. And always told detectives that Weinstein had abnormal testicles. She said, I recall that he didn't have one. She said, it was like empty skin. Now, the prosecution argued that while Jane Doe's description might not have been perfectly accurate, the only way she would have any information about Weinstein's testicles is if she was in fact assaulted by him. And then Jane Doe number 2, we have to skip to, testified that Weinstein groped her and masturbated in front of her in 2013, said his penis was disgusting and it looked like it had been chopped off and sewn back on and like something wasn't right about it. No respect there. Okay. Dick was chopped off, sewn back on. Dick was chopped off, sewn back on. Something wasn't right. All right, so pertaining to Jane Doe number 1, Weinstein's attorney said she was never in a hotel. because a fire alarm went off in a hotel room around the time of alleged assault, but Jane Doe never heard the alarm, and prosecutors rebutted that it was possible that she didn't hear the fire alarm in her room, or that the fire alarm could have not have gone off before she returned to the hotel that night after attending the film festival where she briefly met Weinstein, which I would think would be all proven through video evidence of when they came to the room or got off on the floor, and when they left, you could see those comings and goings. But let me tell you something about Harvey. Harvey has an issue. He has foreigners gangrene. Guys, you guys know what foreigners gangrene is? I had to get off. Oh my God. Get it off. Ain't nothing. Flashback, are you there? I promise I didn't mean to hit the images on,
Yes, sir.
on foreigners gangrene. I did not.
No,
I did not
I'm
mean
just
to. I did not.
just
I
with
promise.
students and
I promise I did not mean to hit images. I didn't mean to hit images. But but now I'm traumatized as well, love, damn it. I didn't mean to hit that. Like, I was really, like, you know, I'd be playing like, no, that was a real one. You can rewind it back. That was real. It came up like I was vomiting like a piece of my soul out of my body. That's disgusting. Like, you got too much money to have that. Like, can't you put yourself, like, put like some marbles in there? You know what I mean? Build yourself up. Like, it seems like Wreck and Storm earlier were talking about the $1,500 mommy makeover, that if you went and paid $1,500 to get an entire mommy makeover, you should just put your name on a death certificate, because that's some shady stuff. Like, he had enough money to get that right. To get that right. He had that's crazy. That's crazy. But the only reason why I bring this up is because I just want to know, do you guys agree? Like how long should you wait to report that type of abuse? How long are we waiting? Now, to be fair, it's 2024. MeTOO happened upon us in 2017, and since then we've had many cases where, like, we got people bringing up stuff from 50 years ago and coming up, and then we're obviously seeing the media showing that some of these women are straight lying, and it is fatiguing. And honestly, when I bring up the fact that MeToo might have been overturned, Harvey Weinstein has these same cases going on in California, so he's still going to be in jail. But what if that gets overturned as well? He has enough money for these lawyers. What if all this, he is Mr. Me Too. If there's no Harvey Weinstein, there is no Mr. Me Too. There is no Me Too. Because he's the reason for the hashtag. He is the reason for that hashtag. And that's all I want to know. Flash, how long? Is there a length of time? Are we allowed to put a length of time on someone's trauma, on someone's pain? Is this something that should be criminalized, or is it something that, like, after 20 years, like, real honestly, it's your word against my word, and unless you have, like, concrete evidence that I absolutely positively did this to you, should I be at risk of going to jail for something that could have or could not have happened 23 years ago? Because it seems to me that these allegations came up, and they made an example out of him. And
If
then
you're asking me,
they got his genitals out there, so you know that
yeah,
there's like a Hollywood.
are you asking me?
Just one more thing. There's like a what's that called in Hollywood when they get you? Like they got Puff Daddy now, and how they got Michael Jackson, a humiliation ritual. Are those real? Is this him having his non-genital genitals out in courtroom like that? Is that part of the humiliation ritual? Did Harvey Weinstein go through a humiliation ritual? Number one. Should you be able to be criminally charged for that act that took place, like where there's no concrete evidence? Should your freedom be taken away from that for something that happened 20 years ago that may not even have happened? That's basically like what I was getting to it with Ev Love about.
Are you asking me?
All right, now
are you telling me?
You got it. It's your floor right now. I'm muting my mic and I'm turning my headphones up to listen to you.
Well, I'm gonna answer all of them in one answer, all the question. I say two things. Either in the years has stopped paying blackmail, as they call it, or if you struggle and you went through that, and then you see that person now have, just like Trump and the rest of them, enough that this is the bank. If you see 50 years and now your wealth and what I can sue you for and give from you, hey, I don't know.
Okay.
So
I get the civil part. I get the, hey, I'm gonna sue you. You know you did a little something dirty here. I know it. You owe me money. But proving something in civil court and proving something in criminal court is different. Like, how do you feel about this man? I mean, personally, it's whatever. But still, like, legal, like, in criminal court, should this stand up?
I'm not answering on the man and everything on that tip. Like you say, if it's there, it's there. But when it comes to the situation of when it comes to the ones that seeing him for the time that what they had experienced with him, as you say, rape, abuse, or whatever. I'm just saying that you talking about time and years. My whole thing is I'm just going from the music business because that's what I know in comparison. I'm not going to sit here and collect from you when I don't have nothing, and let's say taking music, taking somewhat music, to me it's the same thing. I'm not going to sue you when you take it and you don't have nothing, but in 50 years, if it happens, and I see your wealth, and that you truly got that wealth and the things that I can receive from that, to me, that's my answer. Like you said, or even if it's real on that part, you was paying blackmail to all those victims, and then at that time, maybe you stopped paying. I just look at it from the street level and from the business level when it comes to how they think and how they work. But like I said, to me, it's all a game. Just take it outside the box. Don't put it in the box with everybody else. That's it.
Don't keep that out the box. You already know. Look at that Flash coming in with some wisdom. Love it.
That boy good.
Yeah, he is.
Good and terrible.
No, he's just good all the way up.
That shit, yo, bro. Think about what you just discovered.
All right, finally, ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about this 95 billion. Joey B gives 95 billion. And I'm putting it Joey B, but we know it wasn't Joey B because, man, everybody came together for that $95 billion. It seems to me that the Republicans, and we're going to get political a little bit, but the Republicans have been trying to stall anything that the Democrats have been doing since Obama. If the Democrats want something, the Republicans are totally against it. And I'm not going to lie, for the most part, when the Republicans want something, whether it's justified or not, the Democrats are against it. Why? Flashback while I still got you on this one. Why do you think that everybody is damn near in agreement for this $95 billion stimulus package for Ukraine, Taiwan, and Israel? Murphy, you there?
Well,
because I know you know. But go ahead. They came together for this one.
You talking to Will?
I'm talking to you, Pops.
Are you talking to me?
Yep.
I said
they all came together.
I just look at it like this. Just like Rami just asked a minute ago for another stimulus. My thing is like this. On the 95 billion, again, that's the same money that how America looking at money being spent in the world for other things within itself. And I can respect on the business level when you have that greed and you just want it from yourself. Even the same respect for Trump.
Is that the right word, respect?
I can respect that. So when it comes to the government and the money, to me, money is nothing but a piece of paper. You just said it's not even backed by gold anymore. So hey, give them 95 billion, but at the same time, in return, if you show yourself, as you say in cars, if you show your hand, this is what America is saying for themselves for not being selfish as Americans for what we want now.
What do you mean what we want now?
So I'll put it like this. For the money that they spending for Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan, if it's $1 billion to me, even till it comes to the next stage, if this ain't the money, it's going to be bombs. If you keep playing, if you keep playing with America, that's all I can say about my country. That's how they roll.
Yeah, let's get into the way this
but I would rather them. And I ended with this. I rather the 95 billion. I rather the bombs and everything, and again, just like World War II and any other war that's manufactured and building out factories and stuff again here, because that's what America is. We forgot America is chosen for the savior of the world. If you look at it from this standpoint, because the thing that I say, America is supposed to look like the world. So when it comes to that, I just ended as saying this. I would rather not have to send my children or my next grandchildren or my future great grandchildren to a war that we're starting or trying to prevent now. So give them 95 billion, but at the same time, I'll say you did again. Like I said, you showed your card hand. That America should not have to suffer with what we make economically for ourselves and our family, to the point that under these circumstances, if we can do this for the world, and that's what the world paying us for, hey,
I don't know.
We're the state of the Romans.
You would agree
wake up.
The American economy has gone to shit in the last decade, either further back, but we literally have tent cities, and it is common in every major metropolitan area in the United States and a lot of rural areas to boot. So
yes, sir.
Ultimately, when you're saying that you have $95 billion of resources to send to these other countries while your people at home are starving, are unemployed, are mental health issues, no medical security at all, but we can afford to send $95 billion to 3 countries and then give an additional $9 out of that $9 billion in aid?
You missing, and this is my point. It's my point exactly to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said. My point is, from the day I was born, the first thing that I learned, I had this conversation before, I just take life as a game.
Right.
That's what they even call it, right? War games. I think if you just put the game at the end of it, you'll understand it more. And this is what I learned from the generations and the elders as far as where I'm at now in my life. So my whole point on the game, if I take it to the streets, the first thing I was always taught, playing cards, don't show your hand.
And you're
so
saying America
the reality, so America showed the hand, and the principle to that, not against everything you're saying what's happening, because that's what I agree to. I just said it in another manner when it came to the economy, you know. But the main thing that I'm saying now is that if $95 billion we prove we have, just like I go back again, because it's the game with the wealth, and that's what Trump on his side is building and battling with when it comes to the economy and the dollar bill. You just proved my point. If America can send $95 billion to other countries, and at the same time, you can't see $95 billion being returned to its ground.
We don't have enough for reparations?
That's the game. So why people keep talking about the $95 billion? Because I said the $95 billion is going to come back for the future if you just look at it.
Right,
as they say, the world never stop revolving. We come back to the same thing. So my answer to what I just let me just answer to what I'm just I'm saying at the end of this. for me right now, as long as America, as the country that it comes to be. Like I said, we are the force of the world. You're a fool if you mess with America. That's how I respect, and it's in that mindset. I do say this is my country.
All right. So what you've also
First,
said was that flashback. What you also said is that this $95 billion could be this money could be keeping you from sending your family members overseas to fight in a war. Do you really think that $95 billion is going to stop? Do you not think that there's not going to be another world war within the next 10 to 15 years?
That out of the whole conversation we had, you missed it from the door. I said, now for us, you're looking at the future of our children. And like you, right. and that's my point. What I'm saying is that America is the Star Trek.
America is Star Trek, guys.
You gotta look at that level.
America is Star Trek. He's the best. America's Star Trek. I like it. But I was just wondering, straight up, because you did say something about the $95 billion would be possibly keeping your sons and grandsons from going off to war. Do you think that it's a $95 billion ransom not to go to war? Do you really think that we're not, that it's we'll give this money so we don't have to go to war? That was really my question.
My answer to you, I always look at the reality in face, as you say, live by the day. Mm-hmm. Right now, living by the day from World War I, II, Civil War, and everything else right now in this situation. Mm-hmm. How many of our American soldiers have we lost right now with what's happening in the world? That's the point that I'm making. And I'm saying it's a blessing and prayer right now for our country. Oh. And what I was saying, our country supposed to represent the world. When I walk outside my door, I see the face of anyone I can see from the time I experience of seeing the world.
What?
That's America.
So you walk out your door,
this is America.
You can see somebody among.
I can see Filipino, Chinese,
Indonesians,
Vietnamese in the neighborhood, Jews, Palestinians, Indians, Africans, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans. Need I say more? This is America. That's the point.
I don't see anybody from Luxembourg walking down Landis Avenue, Flash. I ain't seen nobody from Belgium.
Well, guess what? I just said I've been around the world, and just like I'm not stuck in New Jersey. I'm saying America is the world. No, I ain't talking about it. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with our mentality now. Mm-hmm. for us. And I'm going to get you back for calling me a racist, what I said. And like I said, flashback, I'll forget. And I'm going to take you back when you was talking. We know you when you called me a racist earlier. You called me a racist earlier. You said that was racist.
Racist. I pointed at the camera. I remember that. We can rewind it back.
Yeah, and this is what I said.
Flash is a racist, guys. You guys don't know. He probably doesn't even know he's muted right now, but he's a racist.
No, I got you. But anyway, But like you said, hey, Uncle, you know your dad. That's where you got the name from. I know how to talk shit now.
Oh yeah.
I ain't got no problem with that. I was talking. I was never take the world serious. You never get out of line.
I love this guy.
You know, but
shout outs to Kathy White.
Anyway, going back to
kill you.
Well, nah, because I still got to take you back because you cut me off then when you want to throw something and punch at me because I know that's how you.
Not going back. You are at 26 minutes and 42 seconds of talk time. Like literally, we've been saying that's 3.5 hours. You taking up 1/3 of this entire show. I'm not mad at you, but he wanted to take it back. And you had already been talking for 10 minutes, and I just want you guys to listen to Lisa Desjardins, who is the congressional correspondent.
Look at some of the biggest money, especially for Ukraine. Where those $60 billion for Ukraine are going, the largest portion, $23 billion, is actually to replenish U.S. stockpiles, weapons we've already sent. $14 billion would be new weapons for Ukraine that would go through contractors here in America, and $8 billion would be a transfer of existing weapons. Now, what do we know about the weapons? Ukraine, as you saw yourself, in desperate need. What are they getting? The White House today announced the first $1 billion or so worth of weapons that will be going. Mostly, they said it would be short-range anti-aircraft missiles.
And I'm going to tell you what, Flash is not lying. We're a militaristic country. Those short-range anti-craft missiles for $1 billion, they're not coming in a previous owned refurb box. Them shits are coming straight off of the line. Off the line. I wonder those companies if they're using those AI robots to make these weapons, or they're using actual human beings. These are things that we need to be looking to as we're going into this future. These are the things we need to be looking at.
We know the need there for in Ukraine. In addition, there would be artillery, those big guns, 105 millimeter, 155 millimeter, Bradley vehicles. We've talked about that on this show before and the needs there in Ukraine, and anti-armor systems and mines to push back at the Russians. Now, what's not on that list of what was announced today?
It's something that I'm going to tell you what's not on that. Whatever's not on that list, I got you. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I don't usually go to the Wikipedia on things like this. I'm against the Wikipedia. I do use it as sometimes like a guide and then go ahead and get those researchers off of it. But listen, I'm going straight to the wiki on this. Because this is a list of military aid from countries ranging from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, no O's, but there's a P, there's an R, there's no Q, there's an S, there's a T, there's no W, there's no V, there's no X, there's no Z, there's no Y, but there is a U, and Albania has sent 2 Mercedes ambulances, some MRAP vehicles, $1 million. Argentina, 2 M117, 2 Soviet-designed Russian helicopters. How did that get into Argentina? Australia, look, Australia's getting it down. Money, weapons. Usually it looks like a gift of money and weapons from all of the allies. Azerbaijan. I can't. There's Belgium. Flash, you seen somebody from Belgium? When you step out onto Walnut Road. Oh, you be going on Dulcie Drive seeing people from Belgium? Maybe. I know there's some Bulgarians. We said Cambodians. Canadians is getting down. But you know what, guys, you know what you want to see. This is most likely going to be the restock. Look at America. Look at that scrolling that we're doing. That's right, they're getting 31 M1 Abram tanks. They've gotten 45 T-70B tanks, which is weird because a T-72 is a Russian tank, but it's a T-72B that's manufactured from the United States, which is true. What Pops is saying about the $95 billion. Now, when we're giving weapons to them, just like most countries, some of those countries are giving refurbs, but we know we're giving all the fresh to death with the little, that new car smell to it. We do have the mine resistant. This does mean that manufacturing jobs are getting paid. This means that executives are getting paid. But in how many states in our great states of the United States, how many states are going to see any of this $95 billion in spending from the American people? The reason why I ask is because obviously I do this because a lot of people thought that these guys are going to get $95 billion in like a suitcase or something like that, which isn't true. They're getting $95 billion worth of equipment, and that's not even the whole thing, because it's not going to be a total 95, because they are going to get some cash. And I'll scoot down to the cash, but they're getting like SATCOMs. They got their own they basically, we're giving them a satellite, mad military gear. It's crazy. Over 100,000 sets of body armor and helmets. I remember being out in Iraq in the desert wearing green camouflage fucking mop suit. That's crazy. I'm hating. My guys didn't have armor on their vehicles. They were sitting there welding shit and they're looking like Mad Max going through the desert. But yeah. Oh, they're getting chemical, biological radar. They're getting the NBC gear, and I bet you it's going to match their environment that they're operating in. Let's do that next time, America, when we're in our next war. All right, so $1 billion loan. That's a loan. We'll call it a loan. Though we know it's not going to be paid back. We got a $560 million sent in May of 2017. Another $350 million sent in June of 2017. You got $200 million sent in July of 2018. You have another $200 million sent in January of 2022, and $13.6 billion in combined military and humanitarian aid for responding to the situation in Ukraine that was consolidated with the Consolidated Appropriations Act. They made a whole damn act in 2022. So, after that, the World Bank announced that $4.5 billion grant from the United States government to Ukrainian government was going to be meant for funding social payments, healthcare services, and pensions. And that's what idiots me, because, ladies and gentlemen, I was talking before about listen to this. I was talking about my neighbor who got elderly. He worked all his life, him and his wife, raised kids, they moved out. He got older with his wife. Korean War veteran, was out and about, could still move around, takes care of his yard, and his wife got sick, and too many times the EMT was coming to the house. Like, it was too short of a time, not like 6 months later or anything like that, but like twice in a week, to the point that I was even looking like I hope they're okay over there. But what ends up happening is that they came in and they basically moved this man and his wife to a home, which of course for safety reasons is great, but you know how we know that homes work, and I got to do a story on homes, on the old folks homes. But that's what happened. You spend all your life working hard, you served your country, you loved your wife, you were a good guy, and then when you get old, there's nobody to take care of you. They take all your stuff, they throw all of his stuff out on the curb. All of the things that probably meant to most of him, you know, his favorite chair, his favorite desk, his favorite tools, and they're thrown out on the street. Like, honestly, seeing this actually made me depressed. I've been depressed for a couple of weeks, and that is probably a catalyst to my depression. Now, I come out my house to, walk my dog today, about to go here into the office, and I see a lady outside. She's got a little dog, and my dog wants friends with dogs, but he's a big pit bull, and he goes with a little dog, and I'm like, I got the beep on. I'm like, yo, get back from this dog. I don't want no police, no vet bills involved, because you're going to chew a little dog up. Because even though you're such a great dog, Django, I know you got teeth and you got pit bull in you. Keep him away from the dog. All right. So me and this lady end up talking. I find out that, hey, she's moving into this people's place. I thought she was like one of their children, like coming to, take stuff or, clean up the house or whatever. She says, no, I bought this house next to here and we live in here. And like, she was talking about the neighborhood. And I told her it's pretty cool. Like, me and Ev loving the kids. We over here, we're probably like the loudest ones on the block, and we're not really that loud, but everything's pretty chill. And then we were talking about, she's like, what type of water you got? And where's the fence line? And I'm like, lady, I don't know. But then we talking, and I don't know if I have that face where people just like talking to me or whatever, or feel comfortable. But she ends up just like disclosing so much personal information to me. And one of the things being that her husband had died in January, and you could tell that she is still grieving him. Now, This is one of the things that seeing a headline of $95 billion going to a war and a skirmish that nobody in America, most of the people in America aren't really in support of. But she says that she had just lost her husband in January 2024. She's upset about it, damn near in tears. And, I tell her, sorry for your loss. Like, what can you do in these situations? Sorry for your loss. Like, I asked the extra question, like, yo, what was his name? I want to know his name. What was your husband's name? She said Tom. And then as soon as she said his name, she bust out in tears. And she goes into the story. Now, I got Django, so I'm trying to get him back in. So I finally get him back in the office. I close the door. I walk back out, I got the face on. Like, oh, this is terrible news. This is literally terrible news. So she says what happened was that her husband had gotten cancer. Got cancer. Spent a lot of money, insurance and everything, trying to beat the cancer, and then had these drugs to take so he really wouldn't go into remission. They made him take drugs. I don't know about all this, but this is what she's telling me. So she says that he had it beat and was just taking his drugs, just needed his drugs so it can stay in remission. You have to stay in remission for a certain amount of time. This is just plain knowledge, I know. That until the doctors can clear you and say that, oh, you're good. Maybe you don't have to come back every other week to come get checkups. You can come back next year and just get checked for your annual checkup. So he was trying to get to that point, and because he had gotten better, the insurance basically cut him off of his medication, and without his medication, he could no longer be in remission. The cancer came back in full force, and anybody knows that anybody's had cancer, when it comes back, that shit comes back roaring. And I can't imagine the pain that someone goes through fighting cancer in the first place. The medicine, the treatments that you go through, the needles that get stuck on your body, the feeling of weakness. They're pumping poison and chemotherapy into your body, and there's things that you can do, and there's things that you can't do while going through this. So you sacrifice so much in life trying to save your own life, and lo and behold, after he thought he had cancer licked, insurance said F you, no more pills, and it came back, and he died. So when you see, us looking to, give money right away and aid and emergency aid to these countries, which, yeah, it's needed. Like, we need a little bit of emergency aid right here in America. And not just aid. We need some policies that, encompass education, encompass our judicial system. And like one things that we can do is, we need to do something about healthcare and insurance companies. You should be mad. You should be mad. You should be motherfucking mad. Talking shit, getting clicks. I hope my sound was better this week. I hope my sound was better this week. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming out. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Love you guys. Thank you, Mainline. He not lying. He don't lie to you. What'd he say? I can't even get it to come up now. But you see Mainline in the chat. He said, my personality and character are in abundance, and the beard gives me a look of holiness. Thank you. All right. Great way to almost damn near end the week. It's Friday's Eve, Thursday. I appreciate everybody coming out, participating in the chat. Everybody take care, and I'll see you next week. Talking shit, getting clicks. I'm Mo 3 times, and this was the Wee episodes. Peace. Do they get like music to go out with? Yeah. Might as well. Run it back. All right.